summary of the lesson that you will be watching on the video clip. Please make a checklist of this because it will always help you to do a wonderful reading lesson in your class if you have this checklist written on the board or could be written on a chart, so that every time you do it, you just click it that you have done it. For example, if you look at the example that is shown in the video clip, okay, the teacher reads the text. That is done by you. Time manager. The teacher is a good time manager. She is managing it well. So you are going to do the same, and when you do it, just put a click on it. Monitors the activity. You would be watching in the video clip. The whole class is attentive, alert, and listening to the teacher. Why? Because the teacher is able to monitor the activity. She wants all the students to be attentive towards the activity that is going on. And she does not have a problem. Why? Because she is able to give clear instructions. So starting from instructions till eliciting the answers, appreciating those answers and encouraging those answers, she is throughout monitoring that activity. So when you are able to do that, just put a click on the chart where you have written it, or maybe on the board. Also, with the reading activity, you will notice the students are doing a writing activity, because writing has to be the product of reading. In the video clip, it will be very clear to you to know that the students are also doing the writing activity parallel to the reading activity. When you are successful in doing that in your reading session, please put a tick on that on the checklist. Look for details. As you can see, this is in bold words, because looking for details is very important. It is a practice that we need to inculcate in our students, in our learners, to look for details in everything that they do in life. And you can start this activity with your learners in your reading activity. Because if once they learn that they have to look for details, they will be able to exercise the same pattern in all other fields of life that they come across. You will notice when you watch the video clip that the teacher is emphasizing that the students should be looking for details in the passage so that they are able to analyze what is the purpose of the text. What does the text suggest? So once you are successful in that, once you are able to ask your students to look for details, and your students are able to look for details, and they try to look for details, and they understand what is the meaning when you say look for details, then just put a tick on your checklist. The next thing is look for relevant details. Relevant details mean when you are looking at the meaning of the text, the purpose of the text, what does the text suggest? Look for the relevant details of it. Do not go on irrelevant details, because that will be wasting your time. So when you are able to inculcate this habit in your students, please put a tick on that. And the last one that you do is focused reading. You will watch that in the video clip, that the students need to focus on the topic that is given in the text, and they need to focus on the message that is given by the writer. So when you do that, please put a click on it, and that means you have done a wonderful reading session.
Generally, flared nostrils suggest what? Anger. So we go with anger. And you also quiver with anger. So my suggestion would be to go for the obvious, right? Okay. Next quote. What is the next quote which reflects his state of mind? Zoha. He plucked furiously. At what? At the line that held me to him. He was tied to who? Jim Hawkins, right? So he plucked furiously. What does this suggest?
Anger.
Anger and?
Impatient.
Yes. Why?
To get to the...
Because?
He's impatient, he really wants, he's really like the rest of his human, he's really eager to get it.
But he's plucking at the line. Why is he plucking at the line?
He might have... Obviously, he's a bit frustrated.
Yes, he is frustrated, but he's plucking at the line. What does that suggest?
Or maybe it suggests that he's thinking of Jim Hawkins as a burden. And
Yes,
him down.
yes. Jim Hawkins is slowing him down from attaining his goal. So he is, the word furiously suggests he is angry, and plucking at the line suggests that he is frustrated, that he is being weighed down or held up by Jim Hawkins, who is tied to him, right?
Miss, but didn't all these men have one prisoner tied to their mouth?
Does it say that?
No, but then what's...
There's only Jim Hawkins who's tied up to Long John Silver. Chop chop. Answer. Yes, yes. We're doing it. I haven't asked you to stop. Come on. ये भी लिख.
Miss is, and from time to time, turn his eyes upon me. That he look part of this, or...
It is part of that actually, because he is very, very angry that he is being held up, right?